There's no one else who loves me like you used to. Sometimes we're not ourselves. There's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared out in the past. And I know your relationships are never meant to last. And I'll take some time, but I'll be alright. Moving on, we're moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. Moving on, we're moving on, moving on.
Greetings and welcome to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me and tell them like it is. I can't believe that people haven't been calling me lately. So many crazy things to be angry about and to rant about. I guess that's my job from now on. But you guys gotta call me anyway. I'm still gonna open the phone lines. We have until October to make this thing work. Otherwise, I'm gonna turn it into me talking to America or something like that. Anyway, first and foremost, thoughts and prayers going out to the folks in California and LA. And we will be talking about that today. Last straw coming around to people. And now, even people out there should probably wake up. I'm not counting on it, but we'll see. There's been a lot of celebrities affected by this. And usually they have the opportunity to just up and fly away when something happens to them. But we'll talk about it. All right. Welcome to the show. Of course, I'm ldghwih, your hostess. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. I hope you guys had a better week than some of these folks did. I actually am finally over that horrible whatever flu just went around. That was not pleasant at all. I worked through it last week, but boy, by the time I was finished with the show, my head was pounding. I went and laid down and stayed in bed for another 2 days. All right. I'm going to do our plugs real fast. There's a lot to talk about this week. I'm telling you, these people are making time fly faster than it needs to. And all in the name of sabotage. And we'll get to that too. All right. Thanks to Pastor Chatelet, who is my main moderator. I think I have a couple more moderators, but they don't come around very often. And of course, the pond. If Pastor Chatelet's here, the pond is here, so welcome. Don't forget to share, and don't forget to come to one of the platforms where I'm actually streaming, and at least give me a thumbs up or something. Okay, click on something. All right, the No Prisoners podcast with 451 Actual Kevin's Chaotic Coffee and Feisty Ace with friends like me, sometimes on Fridays. I'm not sure about their new season. I haven't had a chance to look at it. Like I say, I've been sick. They're almost exclusively on pill.net, which also I am streaming on Odysee, YouTube, pill.net, and Rumble. YouTube will soon be switched out for X, I hope. So much to do. So little time to do it. Anyway. Red Dawn Radio, or as I like to call him, Tyrone. Drunken Rocky, show on right after my show, Coffee Talk with Sandra, which I believe we will be rating tonight. I think I saw her on there, scheduled. Rainoth, DJ Bass, all my friends and smigs out there. Some guy from Maine, not me be, and Rougarou and Oomtown. With the new schedule, the community.pureblood.tv, the schedule for Pure Blood streamers, people you'll want to check out. And look, we've grown again. It looks like a bigger area on here. You can click on something that you see going on to, like my show right here, Talk to Me America. You click on it, it'll take you to all of my links to support me and to watch me in case one or the other of these platforms decide to go click goodbye because they don't like what I have to say. Although that seems to be changing, but we'll talk about that too. Okay, so support my channel. Of course, you know I have a T2 shop. I'm actually, the reason why everything else is taking so long too is I'm actually working on my own website for my merch. I've had an actual domain name for about 20 years and now I'm just starting to use it. HTML wasn't enough back then, and all I had was like one page. It's really hard to work on everything yourself. Advertising, creating, and then getting everything on all the platforms and everything. But go to T2.com. That's T-E-D-O-O-O. I don't know why they do it that way. But I make stuff instead of putting my face and any logos on a t-shirt. I'm not that creative. But I'm that creative. And of course, if you want anything right now, let me know real fast because I plan on taking all of this stuff off when I get the new website. I'm working on other pieces as well to put on the website. But these things probably, and you'll have to let me know where to do this, is donate most of these toys to somebody in need out in California or whatever. This is one of those, like I say, this is horrible, and I can only imagine that hell is just a little bit worse, if you know what I mean. Okay. All right. So, and of course, we have Ko-Fi, Cash App, Odysee, and Rumble, Super Chats. The fun stuff on Pill, the cookies, the cans, the pills, the spaceships, and all of that stuff. And of course, as I always say, all my links are below, so click on some of them, will ya? I actually type that up and make sure that it goes on every one of the things that I have, so you know how to get a hold of me, even if it's in the middle of one of my rants or not. Okay. Of course, the most important thing to do, blah, 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 share, fire, thumbs up, all that, wherever you are. But mainly share. I would like to grow. And I'm, like I say, I'm getting ready to try and transfer the YouTube stream over to the X stream because nobody watches me on YouTube anyway. I get a couple of the aftermath, but it's like you can look at me as much on other platforms as you can find me. As a matter of fact, you can probably find me easier on all the other platforms than you can on YouTube. So YouTube's never been good for me. I guess that just wasn't my bag, man. All right. A little bit of fun with crochet. Brochet's finally doing some more videos and everything like that. So we'll enjoy that real fast. And then I'll go through the chat.
Hey, bro! I guess it works. Hey, bro!
I wonder if he got himself with that one. Good deal. All right, like I said, we are winning when it comes to freedom of speech and our freedoms are coming back and everything, but I believe that there's some kind of a catch. And we're starting to see some of this failures, probably accidentally on purpose. I'm sorry, some of this stuff. No such thing as coincidences. Absolutely no such thing as coincidences. All right, so again, share, 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 because we do need to keep this freedom of speech trend going, because from what I can tell, and something I'm going to go over in a few minutes, we are winning, such as it is, but we can't become complacent, and now we've got even bigger fight on our hands, as you guys are finding out through all of this fireworks in California. So I'm going to show you some of that tonight, but it's still no time to shut up. We win, but let them call us sore winners. I'm not giving up, because they wouldn't. That's why we were in this mess to begin with. We thought, oh yeah, if we were cool and everything, then they'd be, it's never enough. Besides that, no matter what's happening, if Christ is with us, we have already won. But we're still subject to our fight. All right, gonna go through the chat. Zam, welcome to the show. Tell me what you put on there is not true. That Biden has already pardoned that kid that killed that insurance CEO or whatever it was. Please, please, please tell me that that's a joke. Because that's another thing to be upset about. But again, they're trying to burn the place down so that Trump has a lot of the, meanwhile taking all of the resources away so they can blame him for the crapola that they're portraying on us. And of course, blankets, I see you over there. Not very many people talking on Rumble right now. Everything's 5x5 over there. Is it not? My monitor here is not doing the best on this. Come on, go live. Go live. It's getting to the point where electronics used to be fascinating. Now they're just infuriating. They're just frustrating. It's getting really ridiculous. Okay. I'll come back to that. Thank you, Mr. Tizo. Over here on pill.net, we have Mr. Tizo only. I don't see anybody else talking, but thank you. Usually, I don't usually have zero trouble with Pill. In fact, I believe I heard somebody say that there's like little to no delay on it. So, okay. And then I am over here on Rumble. Lizzie Longtoes, welcome to the show. She says, first! LOL. All right. That's my famous friend. Mom's here too. Hello, Mom. She said, you're looking good, Laura. Yes, thank you very much. I gotta say, I don't use any filters. I don't wear a lot of makeup. I actually don't wear any makeup. All I really do is moisturize my face with a concoction that my husband makes me out of castor oil and coconut oil, the liquefied coconut oil. So yeah, I don't put any. If it don't come from the earth, I try very hard not to put it on my face or in my body because yeah, you know what they're doing to us. And I have enough health problems. It says, I haven't been following the California fire stuff, but I believe they got busted in California already for fake wildfires. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. And of course, they've been warned and warned and warned. Trump has been warning them for 10 years now. He managed. I don't remember because I was watching. I watched that whole thing with Joe Rogan, and I don't remember him mentioning about this. He may have. I may have been not paying that close of attention, but it's just common sense. And this is what I mean by my title. We used to have standards. And we've got these government agencies now that are just doing absolutely Zippo for people while they're requiring them to jump through hoops just to ask for them. And if you miss one or if you miss a deadline, you're chopped off until another period. It doesn't work anymore. Russian Bot, welcome to the show. I see you. Hi, Mrs. Bot. Pastor Shadley, there you are. My means is moderator. Problems with Odysee? I can't get it to let me refresh it real quick. I hate to do that. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right. They're spinning the Newsom stuff on TikTok as he is the food guy, and the shame on Trump. Nobody's buying that. All right. Like I said, be careful. I see Pastor Shadley and the pond. Hey, pond. So he's means is, so be careful. That's my main moderator right there. Be nice to him. All right. All right, where am I? All right, I'm going to open the phone lines. It's one of the things I forgot to do the first thing last time. I had no notes. If I don't keep my notes, my stroke brain goes crazy, or if I get on a rant, I forget everything else. I'm not as able to multitask as I used to be. Unfortunate, but probably not a bad thing. All right. I want to start out by reading the John 13, 34, and 35, because this was the inspiration. I don't know why this just came into my head this morning, and it seemed like this was the inspiration for tonight's show, because I'm actually angry about this fires and things like that. I've been seeing these videos and the way that some people are saying, especially with James Woods, that he deserves what he's getting and everything. Well, you may think that he does, but don't forget he has an entire family. His grandmother or his granddaughter offered her piggy bank to him. I mean, that's touching. I can't believe anybody doesn't have that much heart. But the verse says, "A new commandment I give unto you." This is Jesus speaking during, I believe, the Last Supper. "That ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another." Okay. So, I guess think of that or remember that as I'm going through, and you'll probably see how this inspired me for this evening's show. All right. The phone lines are open. This is another reason why I want people to share this as well, because you guys may not have anything to say, but others may, and have never had this kind of opportunity. So please share this. X me out. I don't know of any better. Well, try it out on Facebook too. This is one thing I'm going to analyze a little bit later. But so far, I haven't seen any changes with regards to Facebook's posting. So I don't know if people are just shy and not doing it, or they haven't changed the algorithms yet. But like I say, we'll get into that in a minute. All right, breaking news. And of course, they're going absolutely insane over this on his side. But this is one of the things that actually reminded me of not only that verse, but what our representatives are supposed to be doing. All right, Fetterman agrees to a meeting with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. And this is what he has to say about it.
You know, I met with her. In fact, I think I've met with virtually all of them. And the ones that I haven't, they're on my schedule, RFK and Governor Noem. So I'm happy to meet with all of them. And that's also part of this. I don't know why that was controversial. I mean, I got a lot of blowback just, even to meet with them. And to me, I see that as just doing my job. And I'm going to have a conversation with anyone that would like to have a conversation with me. And if someone believed everything that's been written or said about me was true, I mean, you can't possibly know me, or I think I could know her either, just based on someone read. But I want to sit down and have a conversation, and I'm really glad that I've done that. And some of these nominees I'm going to vote for already. In fact, whether it's our colleague Rubio, our Representative Stefanik, or even Sean Duffy, I expect to vote for him as well too, and Brooke Rowley. gallons for agriculture.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of them I can say right now here on Fox, I'm going to vote for them. And there's others, but that we're going to go through the process. But I'm open to hear from everyone. And I don't know why that's controversial. And I also would like to remind everyone on the Democratic side, that's the way democracy works. Trump won, and now they're going to run the table, and so they get to pick those kinds of people. And if you don't have to agree with all of it, but I want to find a way to work together on a bunch of them.
He basically has said that he is in it for all Pennsylvanians, not just his side. That's what it's supposed to be about, and that's the way it should be. All right. Some says, is Grok making a mistake? It's not a joke, but it's not true either. Thank God. I was going to say he hasn't even been to court yet, has he? All right. Tetris, welcome to the show. You was having fun? What was you having fun with? I know you play that video game a lot, but the last time I saw you were in some meeting somewhere, but that was a couple of hours ago. Eric, how are you doing? Nobody trusts Mark Zuckerberg for historical context. See Mao's less 100 followers Bloom scam. Yeah. I like I say, I have my own comments on his speech, and we'll go over them, and you can help me with that. Elon was supposed to be cool as well, but there's news about him filtering negativity as he tries to take the mantle of Caecius Maximus, more like Cuckless Maximus. Hey man, just remember, no matter who they are, every one of them have their price. All right. Let's see. Well, I just recently heard about him using AI to control negativity in X posts. I don't know about that. I haven't had time to check that part of it out, but well, I can't keep up with everything. And I put it this way, right now, I trust them a little bit more than what's going on in LA. They're at least not burning shit down right now. And like I say, that affects everybody way more than all the rest of the blah, blah, blah that you hear all the time. Okay. All right. Now, like I say, Fetterman, more than likely, in fact, a lot of people are noticing this. How can you not? It sounds like or seems like that Fetterman's personality was changed with his stroke, which is something that actually happens. It was like some of the first things that I was asked. Oh, after you had your stroke, did you change your personality at all? Did you didn't like certain music anymore? And I was like, nope, none of that changed. As you guys can tell, you guys, I know you guys would have told me by now. I don't think I've changed. They've asked me if my cognitive ability was off or anything like that. Like I say, the only thing that I see that has changed in me is my speech, of course. But that seems to be getting better and better and better and better. And my food cravings, I've literally dumped I stepped on the scale the other day, and you probably can tell in my face, but I've literally dumped 50 pounds since I had this stroke, like 6 or 7 months ago. But main thing is with that is I absolutely do not crave any of the crap that they sell, the pre-made crap. I don't like anything but plain potato chips anymore. I don't like most candy. I don't like most candy anymore. Most breads, I can't stand them. So I guess maybe in a way, that's my way of losing weight. I don't know. Greetings, you are on the air.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
It's Lizzie.
Lizzie Longtoes, my famous friend. How are you?
I'm good. I don't want to talk a long time. I just want to tell you what came to me. Like you said, this is what you wanted to share. Well, I think right now it's more about everybody trying not to get mad at little things, and like Jesse Lee Peterson says, and the whole, don't worry about the sliver that's in somebody else's eye when you got the big log in your own eye, and just try to stay positive. I think right now, because I think maybe they're trying to, the loosh is like sucking up all the energy,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, so I'm just trying to keep my head on straight, and I'm realizing that I worry a lot about other people, and I need to pull it back, so that's
Okay.
where I'm at.
I appreciate that. I don't seem like I'm that angry. I just want to rant. I haven't ranted in a while, but also too, this is unacceptable in my opinion. If I'm sure you've worked in some places that actually, if you didn't follow their rules to a T, it was going to be dangerous for people. It was going to hurt all other people. Your team was in trouble,
Oh, yeah.
things like that. And there were rules and standards for a reason.
Yeah.
Because the other stuff doesn't work. And basically they just reinvented the wheel and proved to us that it didn't need to be reinvented. And now people are suffering. Everyone is suffering.
I used to say at work, there's a reason we do things the way we do them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was there for a long time, and people would come and go, and it's like, you can't just come in and do what you want.
Right. It disturbs everybody and everything. And usually, this is why you're seeing, I think also too, why you're seeing a lot of these companies secretly giving up this DEI stuff, because hiring based on skin color and attributes that nobody has control over, not working, and it's losing them money. And these businesses are not in business to lose money.
Yeah, well, they want to put us all in a little box so we can fight against each other. But I'll let someone else call in, Laura. It was good talking to you.
Thank you so much for calling in. I hope you're having a fantastic New Year, and God bless you and your families.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Thank you. Good night. All right, everybody. That was Lizzie Longtoes, my famous friend. Thank you so much for calling. I really appreciate that, and Happy New Year to you as well. All right. So what I was saying is that Fetterman seems to be a lot better. I guess maybe that stroke is, hit him on the head. It's different. It really changes a person's outlook and things when it comes to these kinds of things. Now, I had this revelation back when I had my first heart attack. So the stroke was just like, okay, here we go. More of the same basically for me and everything like that. But see, that's the way it should be. The way Fetterman's looking at it. It's not like these so-called leaders that concentrate on extremely small portions of their constituency. Neglecting and even shaming the rest into compliance while allowing them to suffer and perish at their behest. Meanwhile, they ask, have you no compassion? It's always that. Oh, you haven't. You're this and you're that. You don't have any compassion. You don't care. Frankly, you can wear that out. All right. And I'm not seeing any compassion coming from you. People give as good as they get sometimes, especially when reminded of that kind of thing. But I'm not seeing any compassion, at least not from these ones that fight tooth and nail to become public servants and then refuse to service the public, like this person.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department?
This is a
budget by
leader.
Millions of dollars, Madam Mayor. Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster?
This is unacceptable.
No apology for them? Do you think you should have been visiting
Where's
Ghana
your
when this was
compassion
unfolding?
that you demanded that we have for you? Where is it? Where? Nothing. And then watch this. You coward. You absolute coward. You know why she didn't have anything to say? Because her puppet masters hadn't written it for her yet. That and the fact that she doesn't believe that she has to explain herself to anybody. She wants to be your public servant so bad, but then you put her up there and she pretty much says to anything. You know, not only are they not prepared for emergencies, which is their duty, basically, that's what you pay the taxes for and everything, to be prepared for this stuff. But then she doesn't have anything to say when she screws up, or when it screws up, or when it affects these people that have put her in office. I don't know about anyone else, but the way that she reacted and just sat there, that's rude. Unless you're catatonic, that's rude. You were just plain rude. And again, where's your compassion? When she finally did get permission to speak, this is what we got.
Please. Mayor, LA County is in a panic state. It began 2 days ago with the Palisades fire. My crew and I arrived shortly after it started. And for several hours, we watched as hundreds of homes in a neighborhood burned to the ground. We did not see a single fire engine. We watched as Good Samaritans guided traffic. There was fear and there was a lot of confusion. You were out of the country at the time. Shortly after the fire started, a press release was put out warning of this fire behavior. My question to you is, what explains this lack of preparation and rapid response?
Let me just say, first and foremost, my number one focus, and I think the focus of all of us here with one voice, is that we have to protect lives, we have to save lives, and we have to save homes.
Bullshit! If I'd have been there, I'd have screamed it out too, because that is absolute crap. If that was the case, none of this would be happening. Or if when it did happen, they would have been prepared for it. Why are we accepting that answer? Why? Because that's crap. And then she says,
Rest assured that when
that did not
rest
happen.
assured, let me finish. Rest assured, when that is done, when we are safe, when lives have been saved and homes have been saved, we will absolutely do an evaluation to look at what worked, what didn't work, and to correct or to hold.
you don't need an evaluation. And isn't it the law that you're supposed to be evaluating this stuff at least every 5 years and keeping it up and making sure that it's ready when you need it? That's not saving lives. And you didn't save anybody. You didn't do anything. And we'll check it out after all of this happens. No, it's already happened. It's too late. It's too late.
Accountable any body, department.
Yeah, right.
individual,
We're going to hold
etc.
you accountable.
But
And
my
they didn't do
focus
anything.
right-
Bull. Bull, 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 bull. And I cannot believe there wasn't one person in that crowd that disagreed with her. It's like that. The guy tried to say, hey, but this didn't happen. Now all of a sudden you're going to do it? No. So yeah, you fought tooth and nail. I bet you any amount of money her acceptance speech was, I've been through all of this hard times, and I've been so oppressed, and it's about time, and I'm up here in this mayor's thing, blah, blah, blah. But she doesn't give a shit about anybody. She didn't want to be there to help out anybody. She wanted to be there so she could claim, I was the first female black, blah, blah, blah. Nobody friggin' cares! Meanwhile, all of the people that you would have vote for you are suffering because of your... And I'm not even going to call it ineptness. I'm going to call it don't care. They don't care. They get there because they've proven that they can get there because my skin color and my vagina and my this and my that. How about your constituents? How about the people you're supposed to be protecting and serving? This is why I'm angry with this stuff. Because when they do screw up and you try and call them on their bullshit, oh, you're just saying that because I'm blah blah. Or because I'm a woman. Or because of... No! You fucked up! You want to hold somebody responsible? Look in the mirror! Did I get the lady that ran up to Newscomb? No, I sure didn't. He flat out lied to her and got caught. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I did catch the lady that went up to Trudeau, though. Told him, get the fuck out. Have a nice day, ma'am. Let's see. Whether she is lighter than a duck she floats, then she is a witch. And what do we do with witches? I don't know. What do we do, Abtide? Captain Stan, welcome to the show. Don't forget, share. Judas, welcome to the show. All right. Limited access, welcome to the show. I hope you're feeling better. I got your thing packed up, but guess what they did? They closed the post office today so they could mourn Jimmy Carter. I don't remember them doing that for Bush or Reagan or, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. My dad said they did, but I've never heard of a day of mourning like this. Anyway, I'll get those out. I'll get those out to you in the mail tomorrow afternoon, and then I'll email you a tracking number. Good evening, Hallie. I hope your holidays were holy and grand. Welcome to the show. Tonight's my rant night for all of this, and because of the fact that since January 1st, they just have done one thing after another to make it harder and harder for people to live. And they're doing it just so that they can make Trump look bad. Because it's going to be almost impossible for him to put out a lot of these fires. Especially since they've taken away all of the resources in which to do so. Because they can't listen to him. He's a dictator. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And I don't know who died and left these eco-warriors in charge, but I've got some words for them too. Or Mother Earth does. So stay tuned. Alright. Then, of course, we have this winner that all she could think about when she finally got her public service position was this.
I'm super inspired.
She took time out of her already busy schedule to tell us about her vision for the department's future, one that includes a 3-year strategic plan to increase diversity.
People ask me, well, what number are you looking for? I say, I'm not looking for a number. It's never enough.
Oh, that's been the truth for a long time. They're literally coming out and saying the quiet part out loud, but they've already proven that to us.
Of 3,300 city firefighters, only 115 are women, right?
So, 3,300 firefighters, only 115 are women. So what? Can they do the job?
Now, she's already looking at ways to change that. She's quick to point out
Why?
that doing so has a greater purpose.
Why? Is she trying to tell everybody that their fire department is no good because these people are there? They're not efficient enough. They're not doing a good enough job because we don't have enough women? Hello?
Purpose, attracting the best and brightest for the job.
They feel...
Yeah, how is that the best and brightest? My skin color means absolutely zero when it comes to, like, knowing Japanese, how to speak Japanese, or being able to swing a sledgehammer or a machete. I'm sorry. In fact, even when they were doing a lot of this women's lib, I never wanted a job just because I was a woman. Because you know what? That always leaves you open to ridicule. You know, you're only here because of the thing between your legs. What an insult that is! What an insult that is! If you can't listen to my ideas and talk about things like that, that's all you care about, and that's all you're going to think about when you're sitting in front of me, I don't want that! I don't know, how in the world does anybody want that? Why would you want that? Oh, you know, the only reason you're here, you're not very competent. The only reason you're here is because you're a faggot. I'm sorry? What? Only reason you're here is because you got 10 toes. You know, that's what that's like saying. I mean, come on. All right, so this person, like I say, she didn't have any aspirations of making their systems more efficient, making sure that the people that she serves are safe or that can be taken care of in the case of emergency. All she worried about was getting more of her kind in that situation, whether or not they can do the job. I don't know about any of you, but if I've got a fire or if I've got an emergency and someone's coming to save my life, I could care less what they look like. They could be Godzilla for all I care, as long as they're not hurting me. You know, it doesn't matter if you can relate. You've got a job to do. Oh, we think that maybe, you know, when people get more comfortable if we send people that look like them. I don't think they care about that. Well, fucking blood is splurting out of their body! It's ridiculous. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and I hate it. And I've been a victim of it too. Believe me, I've been a victim of it. They have been doing this shit since the 1980s. And maybe even before, but that's when I started looking for jobs. I literally had several people tell me, oh, well, I'll lie about this if you ever tell anybody, and we'd love to hire you, but we can't because you're not the right color, or you're not the right sex, or you're not There's been discrimination over and over again. If that shit happens, instead of changing all of these laws, sue that person. Make an example of them. Because it's wrong. And I've never cared about that shit. In fact, my stepfather used to make me sick with that crap. It's like, look, you don't live by stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? And like I always hear, and that has always come to my head too, Jesus didn't come here to save skin. Jesus came here to save souls. He doesn't give a fuck what you look like either. Captain Stan says, gangs of arsonists are roaming the suburbs starting fires as per Waterfinger news an hour ago. Wouldn't surprise me. You know why they're doing that, right? So they can freely pillage. And they might even be hired by BlackRock or whoever it is. You know damn well that's prime real estate out there. And who usually buys up this shit for pennies on the dollar after something like this happens? Are we forgetting North or South Carolina already? I bet the movie star's home fire insurance didn't get canceled. I bet you're right. Anybody that could pay a certain amount. You know, this is, you know, people ask me, I used to be, my parents used to get mad at me because I didn't get rich doing insurance because I actually had a Series 7 license in Florida and I had licenses in Texas and in Louisiana too. And after Katrina, well, I'd already quit, but after Katrina, I quit insurance altogether because I realized it is a scam. I knew people that had been paying into the insurance for years and years and years and years. Katrina came along and the insurance company went, oopsie, we can't cover anything, sorry. Talk about losing everything and then not having anything to back up after paying all those years. It's a fucking scam. It's one of the reasons why I absolutely refuse to get health insurance too. Because they say, oh, you won't get any medical service if you don't have health insurance. Bullshit. As a matter of fact, they charge you with health insurance 3 times as much because they have to pay for people like me, because it's still a national or federal law that you cannot be turned down for medical service. So, haven't paid a dime except for some of my prescriptions. So we finally put some servants. You're basically got a bunch of servants over there, but bunch of public servants over there that are not serving the public. They're serving their own interests and the interests of the very tiny communities that they might be part of, or that they claim to be part of. Sorry, that's not the way it's supposed to work. And I'm glad to see that people are hopefully waking up. Now, there's going to be some idiots out there that are going to vote for the same people. But also, too, this is another reason why I keep telling you, in my opinion, that these people, a lot of these politicians now, they're not elected. They're placed there. And nobody can compete against them, and nobody can go against them. And look at what they did with the recall with Gavin Newsom. Why did you even bother with it if that was what was going to happen? And I'm convinced they are not elected anymore. They can't be. Either that, or if they are, nobody's venting them. Nobody's going back into their past or even bothering to know what they stand for. Because that person right there does not represent anybody but her little LGBTQ people. Period. And I'll bet you any amount of money that if it meant staying in any kind of power, she'd probably throw them under the bus too. So with somebody like, now that we got somebody like this, now this is what LA looks like. A war zone. In fact, I saw somebody compare that to Ukraine and Gaza and different places that are under fire over there now too. Also, you can also take this as a warning, and I don't know of anyone else that has mentioned this. It's really strange that I've been reading Genesis lately. But is this our modern day Sodom and Gomorrah? Greetings, you're on the air.
Hi, it's Hallie. Hi.
Hiya, Hallie. How are you up there in New York?
Yeah, it's so weird. Here we have this subarctic temperature, and then in L.A., my hometown, actually, it's got the, this. I feel really like, I heard a lady on the subway say that she thinks God's making a comeback, and I really think that's what this year has just gotten off to such a lousy or interesting start.
That's funny. As you were ringing the phone, yeah. I said, could this be our modern day Sodom and Gomorrah?
I think so. I think what's happening in Hollywood is really weird. I heard there's the Hollywood sign. I really often drove by it. I lived in LA for many years. That was partly affected that area. I lived in the Hollywood Hills. I had friends that we used to have a beach home in Malibu. My family, I had friends in Brentwood, Pacific Palisades, Topanga, the canyon. So anyway, that area, I grew up in the canyon country of Bel Air, so there's a lot of vegetation. Mm-hmm. But my question, the insurance companies, you said you have a license. It's funny, my brother has one. I wonder if he'll be in business a lot right now, but I heard that they don't really cover things like these natural acts, fires, floods, earthquakes, even war. I'll just stick to the natural disasters. Acts of God, yeah. I think they're called, acts of God. Mm-hmm. And I don't think insurance will cover that. I'm wondering if, I heard that there were a lot of problems with the insurance in L.A., that the premiums either were very high or they were very restricted as far as giving it. They don't want to give insurance to these people who live in these high-risk areas. So I don't know what the outlooks. They don't.
They
Or
don't.
you
As
know
a
more
matter of
than
fact,
I.
I was like I say, I did a lot of insurance in Louisiana, and
Yeah.
the
I could
homeowners
talk about
there
that.
after the hurricanes and everything. Not only were the adjusters very, very picky because to determine what the damage was so that they could renege on it if they could, because there was only certain things. Wind damage is one of the only things that covered, and of course, fire within the home and things like that. A lot of people had 3 and 4 things happen to them because of the gas lines and everything was going on out there. I mean, because, remember, Katrina flattened that area from Mississippi all the way to, I believe it was.
It's a complications.
And I watched people lose absolutely everything, and the insurance companies just said, "Sorry, can't do anything for you." Then after that, now it's actually gone supposedly, and there's only a certain amount. They've got a cap on the amount that they'll cover. But they turned it into like a pool, and it's almost like you pay the money, and it's called in Florida. It was called FJUA. It was Florida Joint Insurers Association or Underwriters Association. But basically, every single company that did business in that area or in that state was required to be assigned. Somebody that wouldn't be assigned otherwise, and it went through the state. So and like I say, it was limited. You were only limited to a certain amount of money, no matter how much you paid, no matter how much your home was worth or anything like that. I believe, because darn well that mortgage companies and stuff not going to let you go without insurance, because they're going to get their money. Okay.
Yeah.
So. Basically, when these other insurance companies canceled, they have to give them a 90-day period in which to replace it, blah, blah, blah. And then usually it goes to a joint underwriters association, which means all the insurance companies that do business in that state have to take these ones if they're assigned to them. And it's kind of like a lottery thing. The person goes through the firm. They pay the insurance, and then the underwriters go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, State Farm, it's your turn. And then the next time they may go Allstate, it's your turn. And then the next time they go AAA, it's your turn, or whatever like that. And they have to take it. But again, there's a limit. There's a cap. Most of them, it's $250,000, and that's all you can get, no matter if you own $1 million home or $1 zillion home. So.
Well, that's what these homes, ironically, these are movie star homes. I mean, I know the area, like I said, and there were celebrities. I don't know, maybe that's why, unfortunately, I don't wish it on anyone, but I know that maybe some people are very feeling a little blasé about it because they know that these people, maybe they can, maybe I don't say they don't need the insurance. Maybe they can rebuild or find a home of, comparable.
Yeah, usually when people get that rich, if they're smart, they'll self-insure, and the insurance company holds a bond with it. That's it. But they basically put their own money in a bond and have that much on hand. They self-insure.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I feel sorry more for the. Again, I don't wish it on anyone just because somebody's wealthy or connected.
Oh no, this was hell on earth. I wouldn't. No. I feel really bad for whoever had this problem, because it doesn't just affect that one person. These people have families. They have businesses. They have people that work for them. Things like that. So it's not just affecting them.
Well, do you see a lot of? I mean, it's naive. I mean, there are going to be a lot of ramifications, I guess. I don't know if will affect the economy down there. These people, they're now. I mean, now the studios, they're postponing productions. I mean, people have they're homeless right now. Hi, how you doing? Hi. They're homeless. Their jobs. It's definitely going to have a lot of. Besides the traumatic, immediate effects, I do see what you. I don't know if they'll rebuild in that area, if they really should. I don't know if the insurance companies would want that, but I'm from California. I know it's beautiful there. I have to call my friends later tonight just to see how they're managing, because one of them is elderly. She's in a assisted living. I don't know if this could affect her breathing. I heard the air there is chemicals, and but I'm saying I don't know to what extent it can rebuild. And I just feel that I don't know, the reason maybe I'm a little cynical. It's not that I wish on anyone, but they wanted I share your anger about the governance, the incompetence, this woman, people. Also, they voted these people in. Hey, you got what you wanted. I guess you reap what you sow. I think maybe a lot of people are feeling that way.
Well, I personally, they did vote for they did vote for these people, but I also get the feeling that these people probably fibbed their way into a lot of this, or they forced their way into a lot of it. Look at the DEI and all this pressure to do people rather than the job.
I know that mayor, the mayor looks like Lori Lightfoot from Chicago. Remember her?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the same. Yeah, I don't know. It's grotesque. Yeah, exactly. That was all they cared about. I mean, now, never mind. Half the city burns down. It's very.
Yeah, well, like I say, public service should mean public, not just their one little community.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, there's like a subculture in these. Well, I don't want to sound like I kick dogs or anything. I know that some of these homes were gated communities.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I almost cracked up when I read that. I know I'm sick, but I thought you think you could be protected or wait, for the hoi polloi or whatever. You can dictate liberal policies. Look, here you weren't protected, but you were in a gated community, and it crept up. It reminded me of one of my favorite short stories, A Mask of the Red Death, Edgar Allan Poe, where they. Bunch of aristocrats hold themselves up in a mansion.
One of my faves. I love that one. Yeah. Oh, good old Vincent Price.
I remember that movie. Yeah. But he said, they sneaked in. It just you try to ignore it or push, but it comes back. Well, here again, unfortunately, like I said, everybody. I'm not saying people are innocent or guilty, but I do feel sorry for those lesser incomes, and I don't know how they're going to manage with this. It'd be interesting. As I said, I've got to call my friends in LA tonight. So, I'm sitting here freezing in New York, and they're busy there breathing in this chemical air. So it's kind of an interesting thing that's going on.
Yeah, well, all I can say is don't give to the Red Cross or any other government-backed whatever for that. If you have to, go to, I believe it's, my dad told me about it. There's a couple of charities through some of the churches that you can donate, because I want to donate my toys. And, of course, I'm sure your synagogue and your college maybe even too, huh?
Yeah, I work in a Jewish place. Some of the synagogues there burned down. I know some churches burned down also.
Oh yeah.
It was heartbreaking. So we're all like watching this here. They're trying. I heard one rabbi got out 100 children out in safety, which I was really impressed.
God bless him.
But unfortunately, God bless him. But I just. Look again. I grew up in LA. I left when I was 28, but I feel like I'm looking at a zombie film. It is an apocalyptic feel. I don't mean to make light of it. I just feel maybe Hollywood is getting some lessons. I don't know. I'm not saying it's punishment for that, or anybody, but
no, I don't see it. I wouldn't say that it's punishment, but if you read Revelations, I believe this is probably one of those signs. There's been volcanoes going off. We've had earthquakes.
I know. There were some very bad ones in China. Yeah, exactly. Well, as I said, what's happening here, there's violent snowstorms in the east, but here in New York, we're all. I think most of the month is supposed to be the sub-zero. We're all I'm miserable at home right now because the heat went out.
Oh, goodness.
It got so overused. Yeah. So I woke up this morning to take a shower, no hot water. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
And then the tracks on the train I think were frozen. I got to work late, and so with everything. But I'm going, okay, I'm not in California, and I say, this is maybe small stuff, but let's just hope and pray. I'm just counting the days. I hope when Trump gets in, maybe things will be at least some competent people.
Well, that's actually, I believe that's one of the things. I don't consider them incompetent. I consider them, they don't care about anything but certain things. They've been indoctrinated for that. But also their job right now by their puppet masters is to make life as hard for Trump as they possibly can.
Oh yeah, well that's another story.
And then if he they're trying to set him up to fail, so they can go see how bad he is, see how terrible he is.
I know. I know this very vengeful. When someone called it this Biden was on a scorched earth policy, and I thought, boy, it's literal now.
Oh yeah.
Come back. Yeah, maybe it's measure for measure. I don't know. Anyway, listen, stay well. And we're down in Texas. I don't know what the weather's like there. I hope
cold and rainy, but not quite as cold as it is up there. And I have heat. I wish I had a way to send you some through the phone here. That it's absolutely. Okay. I cannot begin to imagine what it's like to not have heat.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk to the super tomorrow. Actually, it's a little bit better. At least it's like slightly lukewarm, tepid. Is that the word? This morning. Okay. Anyway, I gotta go. Okay. So, have a great week.
Okay. Thank you, Haley.
Always a thing.
Hallie, I'm sorry.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling. God bless. Good night.
Thank you too. Bye.
Okay, big shout out to Hallie. Glad to see you with us and hanging with us again. We've missed you. All right, now I couldn't have said this any better. I did have a rant myself, but sometimes I hear somebody else and it's like, yeah, man, I couldn't have said it better. So take it away, Megan Kelly.
Who gives a shit if the fire chief is gay? I'm sorry, but who gives a flying fig about who she likes to sleep with? Can you fight the fucking fires, madam? That's the relevant question. We don't care about your lady parts, and we don't care who you want having access to them. Can you fight fires? Can you make sure there's water in the fire hydrant?
Can you do your fucking job?
You realize in Ventura County, this is a massive problem. When you realize that California is going through a drought where they haven't had rain in weeks and months, I don't care who turns you on. And you know why they have only 100 women in a squad of 3,300? Because women tend to be smaller and not as strong. And unless you lower the requirements to become a firefighter, most women can't pass the test.
Not to mention the fact, why are you begging these women to come to you? Why? Why would you? We all have free will. If these women really wanted to do this, don't you think they would come to you? I mean, that's the whole point of getting a job. So why are you begging these people to do this job? Why? I don't get it. It doesn't make anything any better. In fact, if you have to beg somebody to do their job, you think they're going to do it well? You think they're going to be efficient? You think they're going to be good at it? No! So backwards. I don't understand. I guess maybe because I have this inner monologue and these people are just parroting what they've learned throughout their college years or whatever. I just, it doesn't make sense to me. And of course these are the ones that tell you how fucking educated they are too. Really? If you can't do a simple if-then statement like, if I touch that fire, it's gonna burn me. Most of them will say, oh yeah, I'll just keep touching it. It's burning me, but keep touching. No inner monologue. They've been programmed to do this no matter what. And it's working. But it's screwing everybody else. It's crazy. Bobby Digital, Midwestern Gunner. Thank you for being here over there on Peel.net. Woo! Okay, let's see. Eptide, do they make firefighter outfits? Oh, midget. I can't read. All right. So, I got an idea for these DEI people. Let's teach the fires and the other disasters that happen to practice DEI. That would actually solve a lot of your problems, because you guys know damn well DEI means no white people. Or less white people. Okay? I don't care what they say. I don't care how much they complain about, oh, you're only calling this because it's only, how come it's only, you call DEI when it's black people and this and that? Because that's what it is. It's exactly what it is. Don't tell me I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. All right, you can gaslight a lot of people. What was it my mom used to always say, my dad used to always say, you can fool some of the people some of the time, and you can fool all of the people some of the time, but you can't fool everybody all the time. And this is what's happening. So, you think we're going to be able to teach these disasters that come around to us to be able to discriminate like they do with human beings? Oh, teach the fire to just go after the white people homes. Or teach the fire to just go over the Asian people homes. Everybody else is cool. And we don't need water, and we don't need firemen and everything like that, because it's only going to take out certain people. I can't believe that over 70% of this earth is covered in water. And there was none to be had in LA. Still none to be had in LA. None. And I read somewhere that they even had a 2-year abundance of rain. The last 2 years it's rained a lot more over there. Okay, so that ain't right. Something's not adding up. Now, supposedly, they've been letting all this fresh water go into the ocean to save the smelt. Now, how in the hell is fresh water going to save a saltwater animal? Tell me! And you know the reason why they do projects like this? Because one, it makes them a lot of money. They save this and save that, donate to this. But the second reason is because of the common man can't go out there and check that this is actually happening. There's no way to verify this shit. So they just have to buy what these politicians and these conservationists are saying to them, are telling them. There's no way for me to go out and see if the smelt population has increased because of the water transition that they made, while making all the humans suffer? Come on! There's no way to figure that. There's no way the common man can go out there and figure that out. Or go out there and verify that. So they can tell us anything they want to tell us. And then they take our money and our needs, our stuff that we need to, you know. Why can't I remember that name? I hate this stroke sometimes. Pill.net, the superior platform where we are all family. Yes, sir. Thank you. Sisters and brothers in Christ. All right. So, and basically this little dinky fish that they wanted to save, or that they're claiming that they're saving with the fresh water in the ocean, which is absolutely, they don't even mix. Have you seen where the fresh water meets the salt water? Just lie after lie after lie. And of course, we're eco persons. We're saving the planet. Okay, so why is it that these tiny fish are so much more important than the folks that live on land? Or rather, the folks that you would have vote for you all the time. Okay? I told you, this is, like I say, this is another thing that proves to me that these folks are not elected. Not anymore, anyway. And not in those areas, anyway. What do we got here? Limited access with a donation over here on Rumble. Thank you very much.
Hey, look, green paper. Green paper.
Says, wondering, isn't the ocean made of water, smelt as a freshwater fish out of Great Lake? I know, because I ate them as a kid. They've depleted the Great Lakes as far as I know. Okay. And you really think that anything humans are going to do is going to save them now? Do you know how many things actually go extinct without like at least 25 to 30 things go extinct every day, and we have never even discovered them or heard of them yet. So, now again, not to mention the fact that aren't humans a little bit more important than fish? Okay? All right. So, and of course, like I said, if these people actually were elected or voted in, they'd be way more concerned with failure and lip service. They know the reason this happened, they know that nothing's going to happen to them, and they never will be held accountable for anything. As a matter of fact, all they do is point to climate change, or point to President Trump, or point to they'll even throw their own people under the bridge. I mean, look what they did to these poor schmucks that wouldn't take the vaccine back then. Basically, they pretty much fired all of their competent people. But competency doesn't do you any good if you don't have any supplies. All right. So, and you know, and like I say, all they got to do, if you call them out on their shit, they're going to exclaim, some kind of phobe or some kind of ism. Well, let me tell you, I found, I did a thing, and Mother Earth implores you, and this is what she has to say to you echo warriors out there. Have a listen.
Hello. In case you don't recognize me, I'm your Mother Earth. Yes, I said Mother Earth. Where do you think you came from? Father Time? Where was I? Oh, yes. I am your Mother Earth. You may know me as that giant rock that hurtles through space while all my little parasites live off of my back. Recently, I have been hearing all of the whispers of the temporary residents on my surface. I think that they mean well, but I still cannot get over the fact that they think that I need saving. I mean me, with all my strength, power, and beauty, but with equal weakness, flaws, and ugliness. Namely, my parasites and a lot of their actions. I cannot even fathom some of the ways they are abusing their own kinds over something that, even if all 7 billion of them got together to do, would never happen. You do realize that you are like fleas on a dog to me, right? Actually, even smaller. The hubris of these temporary dwellers on my skin. I mean, there are even many dwellers on my terrain that want to, and actually do, destroy each other in the name of saving me? What the hell is that about? One would think that they would worry about the other specks of life that live on my dermis, that are literally out to kill and eat them, but instead worry and hassle others over something they will never, ever control. I mean, come on. I am the almighty Mother Earth. If I wanted to eliminate even one of you ungrateful bugs on my surface, all I would have to do is open up a small sinkhole, and you would never be heard from again.
A man was in his bedroom. The earth opened up beneath the house and he fell in.
And don't even get me started on earthquakes and volcanoes. What is it with you amoeba of the universe? You think you can save me? The nerve of you to even think I need you to save me. I have been around for way longer than any of you parasites can even imagine. Can you say billions of years? You can only manage to stay alive for 100 years at most, and that is very rare from what I can tell. And you're going to save me? Okay, you specks of planetary dung. Since you think you can save me, here's a challenge for all you temporary dependents of my great wealth. Gather up all your friends and meet me at my smallest volcano. The last time I felt it burbling, I believe it was in the region of my skin in which you call Forli, Italy. Gather up all your friends and go there and try your best to stop that volcano from smoldering or burning. In other words, try to plug one of my assholes and see just how successful you are. If, for some reason, you cannot catch a ride on one of those giant farting flies to get there, which is also one of the ways you bugs claim is one of the problems of why I need saving. Try a challenge a little closer to where you might have sank your fangs into my dermis. Gather your friends, and the next time it rains, or you have a thunderstorm, try to stop that thunderstorm. You might even try to stop the lightning and the thunder. Good luck with that. If you can stop that from happening, and are still breathing afterwards, come talk to me about my need to be saved. I have an even better idea. Instead of doing that and wasting your time with me, you should grab your friends and go stop shit like this. you would probably have a better chance at succeeding. But you don't want to do that, because that would mean you would have to stop using your designer phones, wearing your designer clothes, shoes, and accessories that are produced by slave labor, and showing off your virtue signaling for shit that you and everyone else knows that you're actually doing absolutely nothing about. Except bothering your fellow bugs and posting on your polluting electronics. Have you been to a landfill lately? I didn't think so. Oh, and by the way, please learn the difference between carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Without the dioxide one, we will all perish. Just saying. Mother Earth has spoken. Now, please, leave me alone so I can keep producing the things you need to live, you creepy, crawly, wasteful, middling, ungrateful planetary dung beetles.
Hey everyone, I want to talk about something important today because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation, These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts.
Okay, sorry about that.
I want to talk about something.
Somebody said they couldn't hear me. I think I fixed it. Hello, Hang 10 Alien. Welcome to the show. All right, we're going to start over. Speaking of lip service, okay, sorry about that. This is what you guys were talking about. Nobody seems to believe. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, sorry about that. All right. We know of one person already that has made it quite clear in the chats over here that he does not believe Zuckerberg. So, do you guys think that Zuck is on the up and up? And we're going to analyze his speech a little, his little speech. Here we go.
Hey everyone. I want to talk about something important today, because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram.
Your roots. Really? Were your roots ever based in freedom of speech? Other than the lip service we got when you testified in front of Congress? Very gingerly, I might add.
I started building social media to give people a voice.
That is a lie. He started social media to see, this was an experiment in college, to see how many people would get, or how much information people would give out about themselves. It didn't have anything about anybody's voice. It was all about making money off of these people's information. So this whole speech is based on bullshit so far.
I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression.
What do you want,
and
a
I
medal?
still believe this today.
No,
but
you
a lot has
don't.
happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content.
No, there hasn't been any debate. There's been demands from the left, and he's getting ready to say the same thing. Master of doublespeak right here. Now, somebody said that they don't think he wrote this speech himself. But obviously he didn't read it before he did this either. So, because he contradicts himself here.
Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more.
Yes, exactly.
A lot of this is clearly
There was no
political,
debate.
But there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there.
No kidding!
Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation.
Wait. Drugs? Did I hear drugs? Didn't we just arrest a mayor from Bogalusa that got caught dealing drugs on social media? Where were you for that?
These are things that we take very seriously.
Yo,
and I want to
sure
make sure
you
that
do.
we handle responsibly.
Yeah, you do, especially now that Trump has told you and has made a promise that if he's going to eliminate censorship, but he's also made a profound promise that if you get caught manipulating an election or meddling in an election, you're going to prison. So guess what? I bet you any amount of money that's what this change of heart has to do with. It didn't take him long to head down to Mar-a-Lago and kiss the ring, so they're saying.
So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content.
Yeah, you did. And you hired a lot of probably ineffectual people as well, or people that have biases anyway.
But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally send...
Really? They make mistakes. Does that mean, are you trying to admit to us now that these systems are all built and programmed by humans? There's no such real thing as AI? Go on.
Censor just 1% of posts. That's millions of people.
Yeah, it is.
And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship.
Mistakes. Here's another thing. Again, another leader going, whoopsie, we made a mistake. Well, it's pretty funny how those mistakes always tended to lean towards the right-handed people, the conservatives, the people that went against bullshit like, you can turn into a man if you want to, just shave off your teeth. Mistakes, my ass.
The recent elections also feel like a culture.
Yeah, the censorship, it was just a boo-boo. It was just a boo-boo. We just made mistakes. The censorship was just a mistake. No, man, we know better. You just told us that you're the ones that programmed this stuff. I made all these specific and complicated systems. And if they made mistakes, a lot of them, I've done some programming in my time. A lot of times, if you make mistakes, the programs won't run.
Cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech.
When did you ever prioritize it? Towards once again. That would mean that doing once again would mean that you did it before.
So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes.
We're going to get back to our roots and make sure that we get everybody's information no matter what it is so that we can sell to you. Because we realize that when we cut off half of our people, we cut off half of our ability to sell you something. That's all this is. I'm telling you.
Simplifying our policies and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes, similar to X.
Okay, where are they? They usually when they come out with this stuff, they've already started working on it. So far, once again, I'm all over Facebook. All my family is there, and I advertise my band on Facebook. As far as that goes, I have not seen one change. All right. Similar to X. Okay, so so he's going to copy Elon now because Elon's in with Trump. Elon doesn't have any chances of going to prison or anything else right now because he's like in. He's the in crowd. He wants to be in. And of course, something about, I don't know why the chairman of the FEC or whatever that fighting club is, he actually has time to be the board of directors of Facebook now, or of Meta? Did he lose his job? I don't know. Okay.
Starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy.
Yeah, they did. While they were misinforming us about misinformation. How ironic. And of course, he went right along with it. Go figure. Now he's complaining about it? Come on!
We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created.
Whose fault is that? You hired these bastards. A lot of them were third-party people that were working for the news, for the mainstream media to begin with. Yeah. He's trying to make it, oh, it's okay, whoopsie, oh man, whoopsie, we're so sorry, whoopsie.
Especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system.
Right.
Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse.
Right.
What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas.
What did he just say? Inclusivity doesn't work? It's actually exclusivity? Funny how that worked.
And it's gone too far.
Long time ago.
That people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action.
Actually, to be honest with you, everybody does that anyway. anything that wasn't censored by their algorithms and everything, because I'm on groups constantly, especially Gen X groups and everything like that, where we share all kinds of memes and we remind people that we don't really give a shit about all of this crapola that they keep telling us is true, that isn't, that we know, that we've experienced for how many years more than you have. But whenever something like that, if anything like that was let go, they were reported anyway. So you're gonna get fact checkers that don't even work for this place. It's full of them. Are they gonna start ignoring stuff like that, or are they just gonna let everybody report this stuff and we're not gonna take any action until somebody reports it? Well, get ready for a shitload of reports, buddy. You're gonna have people that are gonna self-appoint themselves to be your moderators.
The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't.
Here we go. The filters that were programmed by your people, the people that work for you, the filters made mistakes. Oh, whoopsie. Here we go again. Oh, whoopsie. Our filters made mistakes. Oh, gee, golly. We're so sorry. Our filters, we're going to change them. Yeah, you programmed this shit. It weren't your filters. You programmed these filters to do this. I'm sorry, but I'm not buying any of this. Absolutely. And I told you earlier exactly why. This isn't for any other reason than to quit losing money.
So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms.
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content. The reality...
What exactly does that mean? He said absolutely nothing right there. Absolutely nothing. Buzzword, 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 buzzword. Believe me, because I'm telling you this. Buzzword, buzzword, buzzword. Please accept my apologies. Buzzword, 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 buzzword.
Is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff.
Right.
We'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down.
Sure. Yeah.
Fourth, we're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed.
What community? What community asked him for this? Like I said before, it had to have been these self-appointed people that report every little thing that offends them on there. Because the Generation X considered political because we don't take what they're telling us for rote all the time. It's like, wait a minute, no, that didn't make any sense. Why are you taking this away from people? So yeah, what community? Somebody asked them, the community. I bet you an amount of money it was the government yet again, or the FBI or whoever it was that he says that always contacted him. Oh yeah, you got to take this political stuff off unless it's for our side. But nobody wants to see the other side. Nobody wants to see the truth. Don't tell your people on your platforms. Don't tell them the truth about what's actually going on or what actually these politicians say or do or get caught doing. Don't tell anybody that. They don't want to see that. And that's crap, because otherwise people wouldn't have tried to post it and they wouldn't have censored it. So, but the community, he blamed everybody but himself for these mistakes. Oh, whoopsie!
So we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again.
We never stopped wanting to see it. We never stopped wanting to talk about it.
So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, we're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas.
Bing, 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 bing. There's another proof that this has nothing to do with censorship. It's money. You know damn well California is charging them too much taxes and all this other stuff and everything like that. Plus also too, not to mention crap that's going on in that they're paying for in San Francisco, and the homeless and all of these people pooping on the streets and everything. Yeah, he's moving into Texas. Guess why? No income tax. The taxes here are at least 2/3 less than over there. Homes are cheaper and better, etc., etc. He's not moving because of the political people or everything. He's moving because of the money. I'm telling you, this guy doesn't give a shit about anything but making money. And what is it? Dom says, Zuck keeps making the dumbest mistakes, but Meta makes more and more and more money every year. You're not wrong. Facebook is dying. Nope. Making more money than ever. I hope those two asshole twins find Mark in a dark alley and beat the shit out of him, then as rape him. I don't want any harm to come to him. Don't just, when is enough with these people? Like I say, and why? And again, he's going to sit there and lie to your face about this stuff. The very first sentence out of his mouth was a lie. Oh, I built this so everybody could have a voice. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I tried real hard to find the interview that he did with him, but I actually distinctly remember him telling me that it was started out in college as an experiment for some program he had to write or whatever like that, just to see how much information people will volunteer and give to you. And it turned into a money-making thing because he sells your information to advertisers. Why do you think that now when you talk around your phone or around your computer that all of a sudden you get advertisements for this? I literally one day, my husband and I were driving down the road and my iPad picked up somebody's Cadillac's Wi-Fi. And I said, oh my God, that Cadillac ahead of us has Wi-Fi. 2 days later, I was getting car commercials on YouTube and Facebook for a Cadillac. So yeah, no, this guy is not on the up and up. Don't trust him. As a matter of fact, what we always say when it came to testing or when it came to building anything is test to fail. Go for it. Put as much crap that's always been taken down before on Facebook as possible. Hold this asshole to his words. And again, I still don't think he's the one. I still don't think that he's the one that wrote this speech. So yeah, now they're moving their safety and trust and everything like that to Texas. Yeah, because it's cheaper. And he doesn't have to pay people as much here. There's no income tax here. State income tax. Land is cheaper here. The area, the economy here is fantastic. You know,
As we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams.
Well, then you better not move to Austin. Because that's our LA, if you will. Or our San Fran, if you will. And Dallas-Fort Worth isn't getting much better either.
Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. The U.S. has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world.
Yeah, it does.
Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there. Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country.
So don't do business there. American business and other companies that actually don't have any problems telling you how to do your business isn't enough for you. That's what I mean about the money. It's not about your censorship. He doesn't give two shits about whether or not you can tell your kids or anybody on there that you're having a show or any of this other stuff. It's all about getting your information so he can sell it to China. Guarantee it. Oh, China's not letting us do this here, but they sure are using our information that we get. Tell me I'm wrong.
The only way that we can push back on this global trend is with the support of the U.S. government.
Wrong. 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 How many? Okay, so tell me now, on top of all the money he makes off of all of us and everything else too, you don't think the government, some government entity is subsidizing him somehow? They're doing Elon Musk. So how come it's okay for this guy to do this, but they scream and yell when Elon Musk does it, even though he's not one that's selling us out, or he probably is. But yeah.
And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship.
It hasn't been difficult for you. Look, and now he's the victim. Oh, it's been so hard with this government and blah, blah, blah. Shut up. I'm done. I'm done with him. I don't want to hear any more he has to say because, again, he double-speaked us through the whole thing. He lied at the very beginning of it, and now he's the victim. Fuck you. Shame on me, I know. All right. So, Cash actually has some words for him. Good old Cash Patel. I hope that he is able to clean out the FBI. But we'll see.
Zuckerberg is a fraud, pretending to care about American democracy.
Thank you.
And the election. This guy spent $400 million last election cycle, and I don't care what he says. He is going to spend money somehow, some way in this election cycle.
Yep.
And let's put that aside. He owns one of the largest social media companies on earth in Facebook, Meta, and Instagram. I didn't hear the CEO and owner, Mark Zuckerberg, come out and say, I guarantee you my companies will not participate in censorship at the behest of the FBI or anyone else in the federal government, like we did in the last two elections, like we did with Hunter Biden's laptop, like we did with the 51 Intel letter. He could have said that, but he didn't.
Nope.
Because he wants it to happen.
Yep.
And as a sort of proactive, preemptive move to say, oh, I told you so, he came out to the media and said, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. But it doesn't matter to these guys because they're going to go past November 5th. And if they get their way and Harris is awarded the victory, they're just going to be like, nothing to see here. And if Donald Trump wins, they'll come back and say, see, our companies tried to comply. But it's BS. And Zuckerberg is the biggest fraud in big business.
Like I said, the first sentence out of his mouth was a lie. So the rest of that was crap and if you know that the first sentence of his little speech was a lie, you're able to pick apart the rest of it just like I did. Okay. Now he said this before the election and everything, but do you think that if Kamala had won that we would hear this pep talk from Zuckerberg? And a lot of the men's are, I'm hearing a lot of the men's men tell, oh, well, he's bulking up and he's taking Taekwondo and look, he let his hair grow and he's gotten some sun. So what? He's improved his health because he knows what's going on. He knows exactly what's going on. But if Kamala, he was right. If Kamala would have won, nothing to see here. And they would have continued to censor in fact, they probably would have censored even more because her deal was, we're going to make sure that we have more control over these social media platforms. And of course, like they didn't have enough control over him already. He got on Rogan's show and flat out told him, yeah, the FBI called me and told me to censor the laptop and everything, because it was misinformation. Oh, okay. So yeah, he's due to lose his nest egg, so he's kissing Trump's ass. Because we did have him for 4 years, and they do know that he doesn't play. In fact, he didn't play, even though he made some mistakes and trusted the wrong people last time because he didn't know what was going on. But now that he knows what's going on, look out! And they know, look out! He's not gonna mess with you no more. You and your ilk have messed with him so much that he's had enough. He's put his foot down, and now you're gonna get it. Now you're in for it. Fuck up, and boom, you're gonna be gone. Guarantee it. This was a great meme for that. I don't who did this. I memed, therefore I am. This was he took this from the Mr. Bean skit, but it's hilarious and it works. So he's going to try and get in the good with Elon Musk and Trump and all that. And I think I heard somebody mention on here that he's trying to stay out of prison. Yeah, he is. They know he interfered with it. He even apologized for it and said, "Oh well, we didn't have any idea that it was going to affect it towards the left. We were doing it to make everything equal," which was also bullshit. So, if you're having a bad day, just remember that Kamala has to certify Trump's win. And yeah, actually, I was actually worried about that. I didn't think that she would have the decorum after her horrible, what was it? Her campaign. I really didn't. I mean, she had so many people that acted like complete and total fools. I didn't think she'd have any decorum. So, I don't know. Maybe she has grown up. The thing that bothered me the most was trying to tell everybody how young she was. She's older than I am, and I'm almost 60. So, all right. Great meme. I meme, therefore I am. Speaking of memes, on January 6th, this made me laugh, and it made me thankful because God showed us that He loves memes as well as we do, and He can create some of the best ones. Check this out.
All right, you ready?
Yep, when you're ready.
Okay. Since the January 6th attack on the US Capitol, when supporters of Donald Trump stormed this building, trying to prevent the election victory of Joe Biden from being certified. On the anniversary. Oh my God. Oh God, Sam. Oh.
I read somewhere that actually happened. I couldn't resist. Okay. I wish I could have a microscope sometimes, but I found actually a page where I don't need one. And actually, to be honest with you, some of the things he looks at under this microscope makes me glad that I don't crave junk food that much anymore. But he put $1 under a microscope. Do you guys think this is real? Micro zooming is the site on TikTok. Little spaceship above the eye triangle. It looks like a skull in that guy's eye. They got micro pictures in this. Does it look fake? There's an alien. It looks like the eye of... So, that looks fake to you, Zom? Anyway, if you want to check it out, it's called microzooming, at microzooming, MICROZOOMING on TikTok. He really does look at a lot of interesting things. Like I say, sometimes I'll look at his site and it'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm glad he does all this. I don't know if I'd be able to look at all those creepy crawlies and not have nightmares at home. All right, little bit of comedy. And then we got a little bit of Marmar. We're going to do a raid, and pretty soon, in a few minutes, I'll be releasing the scratching over there on pill.net, so I'll let you know when to come and get the cold pills. I like this comedian, and I can relate to this comedian, especially at my age. And I always wondered why this happened.
But estrogen is the hormone that makes us nurturing, makes us caregivers, makes us want to make sure that everyone else is taken care of first. That's estrogen. And when we hit perimenopause, estrogen starts dropping. And the lower it goes, the more we start to question. Go, wait a minute. Why am I doing everything? Would it kill somebody else to do something around here? I just give. So if your wife, your girlfriend, if she has PMS, be thankful, because that means she's producing estrogen. And even though a woman with PMS might kill you, a woman going through menopause will force you to take your own life.
She's not wrong. Okay. Anthony! Nobody cares Anthony. This guy cracks me up.
Can we go through some of the stuff my followers send me, please? Diamond anniversary band. Celebrating how many years this hand has survived with no lotion. Thank God she made it onto the door, because this ring almost went down with the Titanic. DVD and CD stands. At this point, just drink out of the bottle, Mary Ellen. The arthritis in that middle finger. Sean Diddy Combs, you've been sentenced to death. What do you want as your last meal?
Yeah, excuse me. I just had a question about the pork bungs.
Which part of the pig are the bungs? Do you guys have anything else? Pork utery? I'll take the bung. Hey, oh, finally, I've been waiting on hold forever. Yeah, I ordered the purple, but you guys sent me the meat powder. I don't want the meat powder. Hi, yeah, I'm ready to throw in an appetizer. Question about the sausage and the father-in-law. Was that consensual? Soft. Comfortable. I think I have one of these left on my website. If you're waiting for merch, it's coming tomorrow or the next day, and I restocked a couple items. Get them while they're hot. Social media's come a long way, by the way. This is me 13 years ago. You used to just say what you were doing. Family party. I have never in my life wanted a picture to turn around more than this very moment. I'm glad Frodo gave it back to you. Anthony, what were the early warning signs of your kidney stone? Can we go through some of the stuff?
I always wondered about that guy's name. It's like, why wouldn't you change it? Here's a good joke. I thought this was hilarious.
Babe?
Yeah.
Is your sister still gay, or is she bi, or is she straight, or what?
Babe, what are you talking about?
Well, I don't know. I've seen her with girls and I've seen her with guys, so I don't know.
She just broke up with her girlfriend. That should give you your answer.
Yeah, she's still kind of sad about that, huh?
Well, yeah, she's devastated. Why?
Well, because the FDA just approved new medication for lesbians with depression.
Don't. Just don't.
It's called Tricoxagen.
You can't get mad at it. All right, somebody out there needs this right now. It was probably one of your New Year's resolutions, but I like this guy, and I actually would do what he tells me sometimes. I like him. He's cool.
Could you also tell
Metal
me to do
Man.
my laundry? Thanks. You still haven't done your laundry? You still haven't done your laundry?
Well, let me guess, you're just sitting around on your phone, wasting time as your dirty clothes sit in the dirty pile that keeps growing and growing and growing and growing and get up into your laundry. These clothes are going to wash themselves. Throw them in the washing machine for a little detergent and press on. You see, if that's so hard to do, you really have to do what I say. Get up into your laundry. These clothes are going to wash themselves. These clothes are going to wash themselves.
I hope that helps.
I hope that helps. If you haven't done your laundry, get up and do your laundry. American Dream, welcome to the show. We're almost done, but better late than never. I hope you had a fantastic holiday season. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. All right. I think this will be considered a dad joke.
Hold it under your chin. No, hold it with your chin, and now do the other one. Roll it up. Roll it all the way up. Hurry up.
Okay.
And hold that one under your chin. Now on the count of 3, let it go. 3, 2, 1, let it go. Which one do you think won?
The bottom one.
No, it was a tie.
Michael!
See what I mean? Dad joke. All right, I'm going to release the scratching because I'm getting ready to put on Mar for the end of the show here. Oh, it looks like I've been not live for a while. Just my monitors have been screwing things up. Let's see. All right. Did somebody send me pills over here? No, I didn't. Okay. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to release the scratch off. So come over here to pills and get your gold pills. Okay, go. It says it's been released. Come on. Work. Damn you. All right, what's going on here? There we go. Okay. Now, the scratching has been released. Go get your pills over on pilled.net while we listen to Marmari. I never end a night without a little bit of Marmari. He is very wise, and he is the one that inspires me to try and get closer to God always.
Don't ever be a slave to no materialism. Don't ever be a slave to no human being. Don't ever be a slave to anything of this world. You belong to Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Don't ever lose track of this. Don't ever fight over money. Don't ever fight over material. Don't ever fight over fame, over position, over prestigious life. Don't ever fight over recognition. I don't want them to applaud me. I don't want them to recognize me. I don't want them to reward me. I want the Lord. I don't want anyone else. And whatever you do in secret. And let your Heavenly Father who sees in secret reward you in the open. Don't ever let the trumpet blow before you. For you to get recognition from this person and that person and say, well done, and let's clap for this guy. Don't ever allow that. Run away. Do things in hiding, in secret. Do it for your Lord Jesus. Between you and Him. Between Him and you only. I'm doing it for you, Lord. Don't ever...
Because as we see, even when you do get all of that, you can still be burned out by a disaster. All right. That's about it for me tonight. For right now, don't forget to support the channel. All of my links are below. Click on some of them, will ya? Also, go click around the pureblood.tv interactive stream guide and check out all the folks over there. Be sure to head on over to the Drunken Rocky show next on Odysee and Rumble. I know you guys could have spent your evening with millions of other streamers, but I am honored that you decided to spend your evening with little old me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the comments and the calls. I want to get more calls, so make sure you share these when we do them. Thanks for the shares, the up toots, the down toots, the support, and you know we love our lurkers. Thank you all for being here. And thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. God bless you and God bless America. And as always, I wish you peace, love, health, and music. Always. Until next time, AMF.